I think we can all agree that we're not saying that when someone is larger than an average size or they're not an ideal body mass index, that they should be treated differently. So we're all saying you should love yourself, and it doesn't matter what size you are, you should love yourself. I think the question is, when you are not an ideal body mass index, what should you do as far as your health? I think you're saying that you need to lose weight to be healthy while loving yourself the whole time. Issues like high blood pressure and diabetes are not because the person is a larger size. You're saying it's because of stress.
So there's this concept called allostatic load. And when I learned about allostatic load, this just sort of blew my mind right up. Allostatic load is like this medical term. It's an umbrella term. And what sits under that umbrella term are multiple factors that measure a person's health: cardiovascular health, blood sugar health, hormone health. They have multiple factors that they measure. And what the research showed was really, really fascinating. It demonstrated that when a person experiences weight discrimination, that allostatic load, that dysregulation in their physiological markers, the same physiological markers that we point to and say that's because of body fat, those factors doubled. So I'm not saying we're going to throw it all out the window and not pay attention to a person's body size, but because our research has been so tunneled, it's been a singular focus, it has caused us to not be curious about alternative hypotheses. And so what my recommendation would be that we consider things from multiple angles, including the cost of pathologizing and medicalizing people's bodies.
But I mean, that doesn't make, you're not really making sense from a medical standpoint with this. I mean, there is no question that stress plays a role, and absolutely, the Obesity Society, which is the main body in this country that focuses on the treatment of obesity, respecting as a disease, taking it seriously on a nationwide level. I mean, they are very against stigma. And I'm not saying for people to try to get to unrealistic weights. I think it's important for doctors and for the individual person to find the right weight for themselves. And also, I actually disagree with the initial entry that being overweight is one of the main drivers. I think being sedentary is even bigger. So I would say, first with my patients, I'm like, move more, eat better. I mean, those are two very important things, no matter what. I mean, I've been doing obesity medicine for 18 years. I have taken patients off medication for diabetes, off medications for high blood pressure. I have resolved their fatty liver disease. I can give you, I mean, that's what medicine is. So these, the fact that there's not a direct cause and effect between eating a cheeseburger and having a heart attack, it really doesn't mean that we all can run out and eat cheeseburgers without, any guilt whatsoever. So I think we're on the same page in that weight should not be a stigma, but I think body positivity and too much acceptance, our cultural norm has changed. 70% of parents with overweight kids don't think their kids are overweight. That's a problem. I don't want them to be negative with their kids, but I sure as heck don't want them to be like, you're great just how you are, sit home and watch TV,
Well, I think we're in agreement there, and two very interesting perspectives. Thank you, Marci and Melina. Very interesting discussion, but I mean, important. We have to do better.
Yeah, we do.
Because the statistics are just getting worse and worse, and the stress component is a huge part of it. You get stressed, overweight, you don't feel good about yourself. What do? You eat more.
You eat. Yeah. We're stress eaters. We want that comfort food. We want that big plate of pasta. We weren't, as hunters and gatherers, we were not meant to eat 3,000 calories worth of pasta, right? We were meant to go out, pick berries, maybe eat some lean protein, right? That's how you eat.
Yeah, and I think that, Am I right? Paleo, right? There you go.
Do you have berries in your backyard?
You could definitely be overweight and fit. I mean, you look at NFL linemen.
That's
they could probably run faster than everybody in this room.
Fat.
They're fat.
They want
They're
that
fat.
weight. They carry that extra weight. But I mean, cardio-wise, they're in great shape.
They're in great shape. And then you could also be skinny, but very unhealthy.
That is very
So I think it definitely takes you to get to a good range where, you know, proper diet, exercise, nutrition all plays a factor. And I think that mentality portion, you know, I think we should avoid all that outside noise and all that criticism and really focusing on bettering ourselves each and every day and not, you know, worrying about what everybody else is saying. Like, yes, be happy with who you are and enjoy the journey, but always strive to be that healthier version of yourself.
Well, exactly,
Yeah.
and it's all about your health.
And I think along the way, as women and as a society, we do have to continue to remind these women that they are beautiful along the way at every point in their journey. And I think that's where the confusion came in. We said body positivity, love yourself, but somewhere along the way, people took that as love yourself, don't try to become a healthier version of yourself. That's not what we were saying. We were just saying love yourself during the journey, but love yourself to want a healthier life.
Yeah.